Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. And I hope each and every one of you guys had a happy Thanksgiving and that you're not too tired with too much turkey. But this is going to be your weekend read here from November 29th through December 1st. So we are walking out of November and walking into December here. But before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all your love and support and all the ways that you've lifted this channel up. Truly, it would not become what it is growing to be without each and every one of you guys. And so thank you. I love you back. So let's get started. So coming into this weekend, on the 29th, the moon is going to be in Scorpio. And so that tends to allow us to deal with difficult decisions with ease. It allows us to speak with passion and to act with passion behind our words and behind our intent. And so it's a wonderful time where it really gives us that strength to unlock and unblock that throat chakra so that we can truly mend and heal and communicate in the ways that we need to. Now, at this time too, it's also going to be, the moon is going to be in opposition with Uranus, which is currently in Taurus. And so it can lend itself towards giving you that empowerment of feeling over the top, is how I would put it. You know, you're dreaming as big as the universe. You can also be a bit eccentric, dreaming as big as where the moon is purple, for instance. It can also give you the opportunity and the strength to be a bit headstrong too. And just to be forewarned, it can also lead to a feeling of irritability when things don't go your way. So just kind of be on the word of wise as we walk into this weekend. You may feel a little in your emotions, I guess, or led by your emotions is how I would put it. Now, what I see here, though, with the tarot is that you are strong and steady. There's a lot of grounding with Uranus being in Taurus as well. And this is a time where basically you are pragmatic and you've got that self-control. You're also standing in business. You're standing on business is how I would put it. And you've got your mind on an emphasis on security. There's a lot of fire with this energy. There's also a lot of Virgo in energy with this. And so it's basically where you are grounded despite the aspects of this opposition basically helping you to be a little bit more eccentric or headstrong at this time. Now, that said, though, the alignment with this opposition is not necessarily a good time to deal with money when it's regarding business or property. But what I see in the cards here is that instead of that opposition impacting you, there is so much root chakra involved with this. You are grounded. Not only do you have and are utilizing your self-control, but this is where you've got your mind on business. You're standing on business. And with the King of Swords right after the King of Pentacles, you also have the mind on business as well. This is where you're utilizing your analytical aspects. You're utilizing your discipline. Two opportunities here with self-control and discipline. And so you're really standing as a man of action and standing in your ethics where it's really about justice. It's about standing in your truth. And it's about standing in what's true for you. And with the Knight of Wands here, this is also about getting out of your shell. And that's really during this meditation that I was doing for this weekend's read. That's really what came out for me big time, is that we've got a lot of astrological things at play where there's the spirit and fire that is helping you or will help you with this weekend to step out of your comfort zone, to shine that light, to not be afraid to dim your light for anyone as well, to bring yourself down to anyone's level, but instead stand your ground with your firm foundation, with your mind on business. This is again about being career driven and being highly motivated. And also, like I say, it's standing in your strength as an extrovert. And if that resonates, by all means, and you feel comfortable, share your story about what you're doing this weekend, what you're building, if you're an entrepreneur or if you've got a side hustle. Because really what I see in this is that you've got your mind on business, you're standing on business, and truly you are the star at this time. You have high hopes. You've also got high mental health focus. So you're grounded. You're standing against any type of chaos that's coming at you at this point. But back to back here too with the Star and the Knight of Wands, you're standing in your creativity, in the intelligence modality that lets you dream, that lets you have that vision and hold that vision. and as a side tangent on the 29th. So the moon is also going to be sextile with Venus, which Venus is currently in Capricorn. So we've got that scorpionic energy that really allows us to stand in our passions, go after our passions. And with Venus in Capricorn, it's really truly a perfect time for love, whether it be new love, whether it be relationships, also to strengthening relationships with marriage. It's a great time to host. It's a great time for social events or even for redecorating. So you may feel an urge in that way too. But truly, this is where you're standing in your 10 of Cups. There's a genuine joy and love to be shared with a focus on family and coming together during this time. And like I say, with friends and family, making the home front what it truly is as a stable foundation for you and what that means to you. And when that comes to your work as well, again, this is about personal career development. And so what I see in a lot of this is that if there has been stagnation in business, if you've been working to get something off the ground, what I really see is that this is the weekend where you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, comfort zone, and you are standing in your power with spirit and fire behind what you're manifesting. You're taking that leap. You're standing as the shining star. And you're also going after your passions. You're taking that leap. And it's about personal development in your career and new ventures. And this is a fresh start, like I say, where you have been feeling, if you have been feeling stagnation, or that you're almost done, one step away basically from releasing or launching something. This is the weekend where everything is ready. And on the 30th, the moon's going to be moving into Sagittarius. And like I say, this is where we're standing this weekend and feeling that spirit and fire. No longer are we standing in the hanged man position. No longer are we being tempted by vices or feeling those restrictions. But instead, we're doing it anyway, basically is how I would put it. And the moon, with being in Sagittarius, is going to give you that extra yearning, that extra restlessness, if you will, to really take that turn. And this is a turning point, and it's a turn for the better. And like I say, if that resonates, share what you're working on. If you feel comfortable, put a heart in the comments below. But either way, on this channel, we are here lifting you up, supporting you, and cheering you on every step of the way. Because with that moon being in Sagittarian energy, there is a restlessness and a yearning to learn. It's also a time, too, where we're getting some help between the moon and Mars. There's a trine when it moves into Sagittarius, between the moon and between the moon and Mars, you've got a lot of fire. The moon's going to be in Sagittarius, and Mars is currently in Leo. So it gives you that courage, that willpower, and also to the openness to take practical action, to take those steps. And step with wisdom, with leadership, standing in what you're building, standing as an extrovert again, shining your light, and really standing in your hermit power. Like I say, this is about basically receiving and giving mentorship. This is about seeking that higher meaning, doing the reflection, the contemplation of what are the next steps to take that action, to take that initiative. And when the moon moves into Sagittarius on the 30th, this is going to give you the power, basically, or the strength, the courage to really take that step, to manifest, because truly everything is ready. This is the time to step out of your comfort zone and to reach and to shine, because truly you are the star. And then too, on the 30th, like I say, the moon is going to be trine with Mars. Side heads up too. Mars will be, I'll do a separate video on it, or a separate reading. But Mars is also going to be going into retrograde coming into this next week. And so it gives us an opportunity as well for a second time around. And I'll go into more detail. I won't spoil it on this video. But with the moon also being sextile to Pluto during this time, which is in Aquarius, it makes us sentimental. It lends to give us a nudge, basically, towards positive transformations, taking extreme actions. And so, like I say, if you've been building something but holding back, this is the time where you are stepping out of your comfort zone and taking that leap, putting yourself out there, and really shining with what you're building, with what you're creating, with what you're wanting to manifest. And at this time too as well, this is the arrival of your prosperity. There will be success. Spirit wants to really reaffirm for you that the fruits of your labor will manifest into triumph for you during this time. This is a point where no longer should you be holding back. If it's not quite ready, that's okay. It's all about the refinement along the way, but it's putting yourself out there, getting out of your comfort zone, because new avenues will present themselves during this time through positive transformations. And it's really through that mindset. But what I also see with the King of Wands here as well is that you are utilizing your leadership at this time to manifest your goals. This is also about standing with a resilient open-mindedness and standing more truthfully in your authority, standing in your truth. And that's going to be leading towards that personal satisfaction, like I say. And if that resonates, by all means, please help get this message out there to as many Virgos as we can. Like, share, subscribe. That way we can get it out to as many Virgos, like I say, as we can, to help lift each other up during this time. Give us each a gentle nudge if we've been holding back, feeling like things aren't quite ready, staying in our comfort zone as well, because it's safer, and instead give a nice positive nudge to really take that leap, to stand outside of our comfort zone and manifest and reach. And with the Page of Cups, like I say, this is about new ideas, new information. Side tangent, some of you may also have experienced or will it be experiencing some potential of new romance during this time, especially with that sextile between the Moon and Venus. This is a perfect time for new love, new connections, as well as rekindling and strengthening existing ones, whether it be long-term relationships, marriage, or also two family relationships, friend relationships that really truly are meant for you to walk with in this life. And at this time too as well, this is also about holding on. You've got the Midas touch. This is about financial success. And so like I say, if you've been working on things and not necessarily seeing those monetary rewards, stepping outside of your comfort zone during this time is going to lead to that lead to that expansion. And it's really through the change in perspective. It's through that due diligence. And as we close this weekend, we are also walking into a new moon being in Sagittarius. And with that energy, it's all about a balance. It's leading with the heart. It's following your heart in what you're building, particularly for us, Virgos. It's going to hit our house basically in the way where, or hit us in the opportunities of home, but also of career. And so it's where you're really following your heart and finding that balance and the juxtaposition between being gentle as well as assertive. And so you're balanced between the feminine and the masculine within each one of us. And financial gain, I mean, this is 2 cards with financial opportunities here. Success is yours. Family, community, it's through that hard work and your connections that you're building, that you're focusing on, that you've been manifesting, especially when it comes to enterprising with a new career, with your network and who you're meeting, who you're connecting with, who you're collaborating with. But this is the time where you're really standing in your love leadership through a renewed optimism, through a perspective of expansion. And if anything, the new moon will allow us to really have a gentle nudge as well, like I say, with a push towards exploring new ideas, especially when it comes to philosophies, experiences, and it'll also allow us a time to reflect on our current beliefs and make positive shifts in our life and in our outlook in life, where what's not serving us, things that have always been done because that's the way you've done them. And it's kind of an opportunity, as I would like to say it, is where if you try and do the same thing and expect different results, it's the definition of insanity. And so it's kind of an opportunity to get off of that hamster wheel and try a new way, try a new perspective, look at those outlooks that aren't serving you, and instead embrace the ones that really truly spell change and mean change for you and resonate change with you and within your energy through new beginnings, mental clarities, and it'll help with focus as well as reinvigorating your vision. During this time too, you're not only standing in your truth, but you're making good choices that reflect your truth. And so it's really where you're leading with your heart and your actions are manifesting in line. So you are in alignment at this time with the spirit and the fire by stepping outside of your comfort zone. And so, like I say, if that resonates and you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe so we can help get this message out to as many Virgos to lift all of us up during this time. Give each of us a nice friendly nudge to really leap and follow those, those heartfelt decisions, because during this time you are in line. You are unblocked with your throat. You're standing in your heart chakra as well, but you're also rooted in your decisions and making good decisions. And this is an inner balance that you'll be achieving by following your heart. And so, like I say, if you've been feeling stagnant, look at what's been holding you back. What current beliefs have basically led you to be held back, or led you to put it aside, or think that it's not ready yet, that there's more work to be done. And instead, work towards that positive shift in the outlook in your life to really find that inner balance. Let go of that self-restraint, but instead stand in that self-discipline, because it will lead to the peace and the harmony, as within and without, as above and below with what you're manifesting. And if you're struggling with that during this time as well, check out the Honey Sea Star store. So all of the designs there are meant to empower and uplift and inspire you along your day, to help give you that extra gentle nudge to get out of your comfort zone, to embrace that spirit and that fire, and really go after what you're manifesting, to take that leap of standing, especially in your career choices during this weekend. So let me know what you think of the design. See what word speaks to you as your power word in there. And if there's something that you don't see that you'd like to see, let me know. What's your power word? Let me design it for you. And not only can we do it for you, but we can add it to the store so that we can share it with lifting as many of us up as possible. Now, I do want to also go ahead and pull, thank you, some spirit animal totems here. See if there's any, thank you, wow, any additional messages. I just love when I read for you guys, because seriously, the energy just, it pops out. The cards get so talkative. So thank you guys so much. You have such strength within you, and I feel it in the energies here with these readings. But what we pulled, and what Spirit really wants to remind us during this time, is that with the horse, freedom is yours. Standing in your heart, leading with your heart leadership. Your heart is pure and free. There's a greater purpose that calls you, and you have unlimited reserves and stamina and strength to follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And so, like I say, if anything has been holding you back, if any perspective, now is the time to reflect and make positive shifts in your outlook. Because there is an opportunity coming. There's a push to explore new ideas and philosophies, to expand that perspective and reach for those dreams, to release those dreams to the world with a renewed optimism, because truly you are enough. And what you're meant to share in this world is really a gift to each and every one of us that we are waiting for. So don't hold yourself back. Don't downplay it, because truly this is a rebirth. This is what you are meant for in this life. You can reinvent yourself. And with the butterfly, it's about being open to the rewards of change. Have the brilliance, it says you have the brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And so if you've been feeling like things aren't quite ready, get it out there, because you can always refine along the way. And you can also get help that way with refining. What I love, especially about with this channel, is all of you. All of your comments, your feedback, your suggestions. You help me just as much, particularly when I stutter, because I've got a problem with being tongue-tied at times, especially when my throat chakra is blocked. I love and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, because getting to connect with you, you raise me up. You help teach me just as much as I hope that these messages resonate and teach you as well. Now, before we go to, I do want to also take a look at our major arcana, because these are basic, big changes, I guess is how I would put it in the synopsis of this weekend, especially as we walk out of November, walk out of the Thanksgiving holiday, and walk into December. But basically, we've got actually quite a bit. With the synopsis here, and I know this is kind of out of order by all means, but what I see in this is that you're standing in your power. A lot of you could be spiritual teachers, or you're seeking that spiritual wisdom by connecting with the divine, connecting with your elders, and more importantly, connecting with your inner highest self. Because really, you're standing in your truth. And by letting go, by stepping outside of your comfort zone, you will find how strong you are. By following your heart, by shining as the star that you are. This is a turning point for you. This is a point where the wheel is moving in your favor, and you're able to resist any vices, any restrictions, any negative talk that will hold you back or lead you to delaying things or not making decisions. This is an opportunity instead where you are connected and standing enlightened. With your spiritual growth, seeing how far you've come, but also too taking on new perspectives that allow you to make a positive shift in your outlook. And this is, again, it's to make that positive outlook shift, to stand and to rise, to stand as the star and to shine. And so, like I say, with music therapy, what we also see in here is, we've got 3 opportunities here with the crown. I can talk for some odd reason today, I swear, but with the third eye here. So this is all about utilizing your intuition. It's also being grounded with your root chakra and following your heart, leading with your heart. But really what I see in this is basically it's the mind, the heart, and the foundation. And so if you are feeling any blockages in those chakras this weekend, do some meditation, music therapy, sound baths, salt baths will really help with unblocking and cleansing that energy. But also too, what we pulled for the music therapy, improv can really help, especially with music because it's a universal language, to get that energy flowing, get it realigned, and more importantly, help empower you to really stand up and shine. And so what we pulled was the F, the A sharp, the A, the G sharp, and actually 2 A sharps here as well. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the star, what I really see in that is that really you are meant to shine. This is a turning point for you that is meant for you. So play around with those notes, play around with those chords, do some improv, let it help with getting your energies flowing so that you can really step into that spirited fire and step out of your comfort zone to shine bright during this time. Now, as a reminder too, drink plenty of water. It's important with that energy, especially when it's been blocked and it starts flowing again, to really cleanse and reinstill and rejuvenate during that time too while you're detoxing. And so drink plenty of water as you do your meditations this weekend, as well as your music therapy or music improv, and really focus on cleansing those chakras. Also too, with working on affirmations during your meditations, with understanding and truly embracing the idea that you are meant to dream as big as the universe, and that you are meant to listen as well as be heard, to follow your heart, to let your heart speak during this time, and that you truly are rooted in this 3D, that you are rooted in your manifestations during this time. It'll really also help with unblocking those chakras and building you up, because you are perfectly you, just as you are, and you are enough. We've been waiting for you, for the gifts that you are meant to bring in this world. And so I truly hope this reading helps, and I truly hope each and every one of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Oh, and I almost forgot, before we go, let's look at some color therapy too. So I'm just moving the cards all around here, but what I really see in a lot of this is you've got a lot of earth energy. There's a spirit and fire here when it comes to any type of blockages. And what I see in a lot of the release is a lot of the blues, the cooling calmness of the white, the purity in your dreams, but also too the stimulation rather from the yellows. Those new ideas, those new perspectives are really going to help you. And so try embracing those lighter colors, to be light as a feather and to keep your heart as light as a feather with the whites and the yellows. I would also avoid some reds, especially in the beginning of this weekend, where if you're feeling headstrong or irritable, that will tend to add more to the agitation, or more fuel to the fire, if you will. The calmingness of the white and the yellow will really help during your meditation, as well as, like I say, stimulating you during this time for that yearning to learn and to take on reflection of getting rid of old beliefs and taking on positive shifts in your outlook so that you truly can stand and shine bright as the star. So, like I say before, I really hope this reading helps, and I truly want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys, because these readings truly lift me up. You lift me up in the same way that I hope they resonate for you. So until we, and also too, if this does resonate, by all means, please like, share, subscribe, help build the channel so that we can, and help build this message so that we can get it out to as many Virgos as we can. But either way, I am sending all my love and light to you. I love you. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next reading.